Hello guys, welcome back. My name's Nathan and today I have some huge updates to discuss surrounding the Bill Peters situation, an apology that he sent out, and him basically admitting to the things that he was accused of. Now if you don't know, Bill Peters was accused by Akim Aliu, a former player that was coached under him with Chicago a few years back, of using racial slurs against him multiple times. And this was collaborated and this was supported by a few teammates as well, saying the story was true. But we never got official word, we never got definitive proof of that actually ever happening. But with this story going crazy and it being heavily covered in the past couple of days, Bill Peters has had an official statement and he pretty much confirms the story to be true. Now this statement doesn't even mention the whole allegations with the Carolina Hurricanes and Mikhail Jordan saying that he was punching, kicking players in the head while he was with the Hurricanes. This is basically just a statement on the Aliu accusations and basically Bill Peters' signal and letter to the Calgary Flames. And it said this: "Please accept this as a sincere apology to you and the entire Calgary Flames organization for offensive language I used in a professional setting a decade ago. I know that my comments have been the source of both anger and disappointment, and I understand why. Although it was an associated and immediately regrettable incident, I take responsibility for what I said." The statement was made in a moment of frustration and does not reflect my personal values. After the incident, I was rightfully challenged about my use of language, and I immediately returned to the dressing room to apologize to the team. I have regretted the incident since it happened, and I now also apologize to anyone negatively affected by my words. He goes on to say, "I'm aware that there is no excuse for language that is offensive. I meant no disrespect to what I said. It was not directed at anyone in particular, but that doesn't matter. It was hurtful in demeaning and I'm truly sorry. I accept the reality of my actions. I do believe that we must strive to act with integrity and to take accountability for what we say and do. This letter is intended to do exactly that. I hope it is accepted as intended. I appreciate the thorough review of the situation being undertaken by the Flames. It's the right thing to do, and I support it fully." Now, to me, the worst quote in this one, there's a couple that don't do it for me at least, but the one that really got me was this one. "I'm aware that there's no excuse for language that is offensive. I meant no disrespect in what I said, and it was not directed at anyone in particular." What do you mean? Are you trying to justify saying the N-word to a black player? But at the same time, with the stories that you are confirming to be true, Aliu said that you were directing it at him. He was the only guy in that locker room that was doing anything. I mean, the story Aliu said was that Bill Peters was going against him for his choice in music, that being rap music, and he said to turn it off and then said whatever he said. And that doesn't translate to this story. He admits to using it, he admits to saying it, but at the same time says it wasn't directed at anybody, that, you know, that he meant no disrespect. That doesn't line up with the story that Aliu said, and to me, I just don't believe what Peters is saying here. Now, I am usually an advocate for people can change. They can grow for the better and they can become better people. But at the same time here, let's not act like Bill Peters is this 12-year-old kid that said something stupid and it's a one-time thing and he grows up and matures and becomes a better person. Bill Peters was like 40 years old when this happened. He was a grown man, he already had core values to himself and he had those core values and expressed them. It might be a one-off thing, but he repeatedly used that word and repeatedly did it. And again, that quote of saying it wasn't directed or he didn't have any disrespect behind it, that doesn't go along with Aliu's story of saying he was directed with those words. I mean, in Aliu's story, he said that Bill Peters didn't like his rap music, to be quite frank. And he said those things right in front of him, in front of the whole locker room. What do you mean no disrespect? What do you mean no direction? Because Bill Peters was going straight at Aliu. From the stories that Aliu was saying, that's obviously incorrect on Peters' part. But let's also not act like these are allegations anymore, because it was confirmed by multiple teammates of Aliu, and it was now confirmed by Bill Peters that he said those things and that he took those actions. So it's not allegations anymore. Bill Peters confirmed it, and he did it 10 years ago. And I think it's fine if Bill Peters is a completely changed man. He's the best human on the planet, let's say right now. But one, I see that highly unlikely, and two, he should not escape the consequences of what he did all those years back. Sure, he might be a changed man, but those consequences should still be there. Right now, Calgary will likely do them. Right now, they pretty much fired him officially. It's just that they're waiting on legal stuff to actually get the permission to do that from their lawyers, because Calgary isn't the richest team in the world, so they gotta get these stuff when they can get it sorted out. So it hasn't happened officially yet. But he's not with the Calgary Flames. They're playing a game right now, and he's not the head coach. He's not with the team at all, as he should be, because with these allegations now being reported true, he shouldn't be in the NHL anymore. To say those words to a black athlete in a locker room like that, in that type of situation, it's unacceptable and should be prevented from the NHL. And right now, it's looking pretty likely that he'll have no jobs anytime soon, as he should. But that is pretty much it for this whole situation. Peters will not coach another NHL game. He likely won't be in hockey anytime soon ever again. And I think we can probably put this to rest, potentially. It probably won't be the last story about him, nor will it be the last story of coaches with similar experiences to their players. And these hidden stories that are finally starting to come up to pass finally are getting these coaches to have the real consequences, because we never knew that Bill Peters was doing stuff like this, but now we get the real facts and now we get the real knowledge. So guys that rightfully should be punished have been punished. And right now we're seeing a kind of coach revolution, but I would not be surprised if we see a lot and a lot more of that. But of course, with this video, I need to hear y'all's thoughts down those comments down below. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Share this video, boys, with your friends. Make sure the truth gets out there, because the truth is now true. I'm Nathan, and I'll see y'all next video or stream. Goodbye.